Okay, so I wanted to exhibit the very thing that I've been talking about all month, which is newness and doing things differently. So we're kind of switching things out a bit, doing things a little bit differently. So Barbara and I are going to do this together. You want me on this mic, don't you? Yes, okay.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Ernest Holmes states, feeling is at the center of the universe, and it sheds its glow wherever thought travels. So what that means is, every time you have a thought, it is encapsulated in feeling. And those feelings are inherent in the thoughts you think. So you want a different feeling? You gotta change your thoughts. Change your thinking, change your feeling. Change your feeling, and you will change the way your life moves on.
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new life, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Ernest Holmes also tells us that feeling is a creative energy. It is always surging and is always expanding its reach. So that means that what you are, in essence, is this feeling energy, and it is spending its time feeling you. Your job is to feel it as it feels you, and get into this relationship where you understand that you are always being moved, you are always being focused, you are always being oozed through life in the most amazing, creative, fabulous way.
Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. A bold world for me.
Thich Nhat Hanh, he said this: feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. We are grounded by our conscious harnessing of these feelings. So we need to think about feelings like some amazing animal running through the forest that we literally run and we grab it and we recognize, oh wait, I am this animal. I have been running free my whole life. I just didn't realize it. There are no walls. There are no barriers. There's nothing to stop me. There's nothing to hold me down. This feeling is not only what I am, it's who I am. And I get to live this feeling from the inside out.
Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Well, freedom is mine, and you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Great philosopher, Khalil Gibran. He wrote, when you reach the end of what you should know, you reach the beginning of what you should feel. Now, not that I think any of us should all over ourselves, but I do believe that there is a feeling inside of you that you came here today to actually get in touch with, yes? A feeling that is raw and ready. A feeling that wants to take you and transport you and transform you into a version of you that you might not have ever even imagined for yourself. That's what it means to be feeling good. Right?
And I feel
So you feeling it?
good.
Everybody just say to yourself, I'm
Yeah,
feeling
I'm
good.
feeling good. Feeling good.
And so it is. I know. Woo! I just want you to know we didn't practice that. Not really. This is what I love about Barbara Shane. One of the many things. She was going to sing that song, and then I had this thought. I thought, I think I'd like to mix it up. And I called her and I said, here's what I'd like to do. And how great it is to have a musical director that just flies with these things. Robbie's like, yeah. So Robbie's like, so you're gonna just talk? And we just play, and we'll know where to come in. I went, yeah. Brilliant. Okay, new beginnings. As I said, new beginnings come with new feelings. So I have had quite a week. Anybody else have quite a week? Yeah. So I have a little story to tell you, and it's this. So one morning, well, let's just start with Monday. So Monday, Kevin and I experienced what we considered in that moment to be a huge loss. Something was missing of ours, something really big. And when I thought about this talk, I realized the week before, our beautiful housekeeper who was cleaning our house, she pulled something out of the closet and accidentally pulled one of the little divots that hold the entire china closet together. And like thousands of dollars of heirloom china was broken. Sure, imagine how we felt. You're just hearing the story. So, but it was all of Kevin's heirlooms. Mine were on the other side. And it's true, though. It was all of Kevin's stuff. And I just watched his heart just break. First of all, his mom's coming to visit us, and she always asks that we use that china while she's there. Hopefully she won't remember to ask us this time. But it was a really big loss. So I want you to just think about where have you had these kind of losses in your life? So that was the week before. So Monday, we experienced this other, what we considered a very huge loss financially. And so that kind of colored my Monday. Tuesday, I got up, and it was just about sunrise, and I was taking the dogs for a walk. And as I was taking the dogs for a walk, of course, my mind was still in what it was in yesterday. Did you ever do that? You wake up, you're still in yesterday. I think many of us have lived lives that are still in yesterday, like 1963 or something. And so, I wasn't born then, but, and so I've got the dogs and I'm walking. You ready for this slide? Okay, so hold on. So I'm walking, and all of a sudden, right in front of me is this. Humps. Now, you must all recognize this. These are the humps that are in the road. They just painted a whole bunch of new ones. That's me in the middle taking the picture. Didn't that come out nice? And I stopped, and I was like, oh my God, except I think I used different expletives. And I was like, I'm at a hump in my life. I'm at a hump in the road of life. Now, I know I can just walk right over this hump. But what if I didn't know what that hump was? What if I saw that thing that said humps, and I was like, wow. Where am I supposed to go from here? What does humps mean? Humps, is there something coming after me if I cross it? What if we didn't know what this hump was? So, how many of you have ever had in your life things that create a blockage for you? Anybody not ever have that happen ever in your whole life? So here's the thing about these humps. So I stood there for a minute and I thought, what's the purpose of this hump? And I want you to think about the humps in your life, the things in your life that may block you, that stop you from moving forward, or that slow you down. How many of you are like me? You're going to keep going no matter what, but you're going to let that hump just slow you down until you're finally worn down, until you finally fall down, until you're finally saying, where is that hump? Kill it. Anybody else? Just me? So I'm standing there, I was like, what's the purpose of this hump? Well, the real purpose of that hump, and please use it I've never used the word hump in any talk, and I'm now going to use it a lot. So I want you to use those humps as those things in your life. You all get that, right? Yes, everybody get that. So I'm thinking to myself, so what's good about this? Why are these humps here? Well, the hump is actually there to slow me down as a driver. They're in my neighborhood for a reason, so that people don't come whipping down our streets out of control. That they actually have to stop and pay attention. They have to be awake. They have to be aware. They have to actually be in their bodies so that they don't screw up their car. Well, now think about them in your life. They're there to wake you up. They're there to ask you to slow down and pay attention. They're asking you to do something instead of racing through your life and destroying the body of your life. That's how important these things called humps are. I thought did I give you another slide for after humps? No? You can leave it there for a moment. Okay, we'll get rid of it in a minute. Yes. So, I was going to sing a song at the meditation. And again, Steve was very gracious, and the band and the singers and all. And I said, you know what, I need to sing it during my talk because working on this song, I suddenly got it. All those humps, all those things in our lives that slow us down, that stop us, they're there for a reason. They're there on purpose. There is a purpose to them. We often want to get past them. We want to speed past them. We consider them inconveniences. It's annoying if you're in a hurry and all of a sudden all these humps show up. And I thought it was funny. I thought they were speed bumps. But it said humps. Now, I want to tell you this. I talk about this in CPR. In Canada, they put down speed bumps, right, Jonathan? They're not bumps. They're called speed bumps, not humps. But they put them down on perfectly good roads just so people will slow down. There's nothing there. There's no hump. There's nothing. It's just a sign that says speed bumps. And they move them constantly. So you never know. It's like one day, wasn't there a speed bump here yesterday? That's what they do in Canada. They don't bother to build the hump because they get it. I don't need to build it. You already have it in mind. You don't have to actually experience it. It's not really there. You've just created it because there's something in you that needs to create that to slow down. Doesn't this all just sound like science of mind? I mean, this is the way our lives work. So I was preparing this song for the meditation, and I will tell you, I've sang this song many times. And Barbara, would you come up and put the lyrics up? Oh, yeah, would you put the lyrics up here? Just so I sing the right ones. And you can take humps out now. Yes. So the song is called Rolling River God. And the song is all about all of the things in life that smooth you out. How many of you feel like you're kind of a rough edge walking through this earth? And you got a lot of rough edges and a lot of places that need cleaning up and smoothing out. Well, that's what this song is about. And I think for many years I sang this song or heard this song sung. And it's such a beautiful song that I didn't really go deeper into the meaning. And what I realized last week was that I still have a lot of rough edges. I thought, whenever I used to hear this song, I'd think, that's me. I'm that smooth stone, so perfectly evolved. And I've been through all of my drama, as if. And life is really flowing along beautifully. And then something comes up, and you're like, oh, yeah. It's not that the rough edge is still there. It's that this has come up to help that rough edge smooth out. Many of you are going through things that are smoothing you out. So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. And I asked Jonathan to turn the lights out for you. And just pull them down a little bit if you could, Mike. Just listen to the words. That's good. Rolling river God, little stones are smooth. Only once the water passes through. So I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile the river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and a change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you will pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high. Never have I known this river dry. the deepest part of you is where I want to stay and feel my sharpest edges wash away. And when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and a change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you will pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand, rolling river God, little stones so smooth, but only when the water passes through. Just take a deep breath. And so that's who you are. You are these stones. You are this perfection in the rough. And everything that's going on in your life is going on because you put it there to smooth your edges, to smooth you out, to give you permission to be your highest self. And don't get mad at those edges. Don't get mad at those imperfections that you perceive as imperfections. It's all part of life moving through you perfectly. Every mistake you have ever made was made on purpose for you to grow into the most amazing person you could ever be. I posted this week this quote of mine, actually, and says this: you can't change what you did, but you can change what you do. Don't live your life listening to what you did and judging it. Decide who you are and start doing what makes you equal to the life you want to live. Namaste.